Gang bang, what's up, bro? Ooh, girl, looking like a trophy. All right, you guys know what time it is. It is the Primetime Angles, the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase. And boy, oh boy, we got a full schedule for you today. I got, I got about 8 games hoop wise, and I got about 10 games baseball wise, and I got horse racing just for you guys as well too. So we got it all. But man, before we even get started, I want to go ahead and send a big shout out to my boy. As you guys know, he did the interview with us last Friday. Shout out to Angelo Leo for winning the WBO championship last night in the 122 division. It was beautiful to watch. He absolutely dominated last night. And man, he did win as a dog. I did give that out on the Twitter at plus 130. So if you guys had that last night, hey, you cashed the ticket. I don't know how big it was, how small it was, but still, you got to cash the ticket. So that's what it's all about. Angelo Leo, congratulations, brother. And man, the future is very bright. So let's hop into it. Let's not play around with it. Here we are, WNBA. We got the Liberty and the Mercury. I'm gonna tell you guys like this: the Liberty are absolutely dreadful, but one thing that they are good at is making games go over. They are actually in their first 3 games, all their games have went over. And to give you guys something that you might not want to get yourself involved with, because this could prove to be a trap. The Liberty are a plus 11 dog today. Okay, I wouldn't take them on money line or anything like that, but the Mercury seem to play down to their competition as well too. But the thing is, the Liberty don't play really good defense, so I had to go with the over because this is a very fishy game. The Liberty, without their star player, the rookie Sabrina, they might be a little out of it, but they might be a bit better because she's kind of been slowing some things down a little bit for them, and they're kind of making it about her. But now the team can go ahead and just do them. So when you have a situation like this, some teams get their outer body spirit, and then they wind up, covering that 11. So if you're gonna really jump on the Mercury, I would say do it on a halves thing. But I say this is the safest bet there, and that's going to be the over 168 in my opinion. All right, so we move on, and we got the Fever, and the Fever are playing the Dream today. This is the most even matchup I've seen all season. Well, in the early season here in the WNBA. Both teams are literally not. There's no plus money here. Yeah, when I looked up, it was minus 105 on the Dream, and then it was a minus 120 on the Fever. And I'm looking at it, and then the spread is only a point, so it's literally like a pick 'em here. So what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and take the Fever here. I trust the Fever. The Fever got a good win over the Sky, who are actually a damn good team. They've won 3 out of 4 of their first games here, and they got a big win over not just the Aces. They also beat the Mystics as well, and they also beat the Sparks. So the Sky are actually no joke. They're really a good team, and the Fever actually beat them. So the Fever, to me, they've been playing some pretty hard basketball, and this is a team that they match up very well with. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Fever to win this game. I think that they actually have a game where they're not going to have to sweat it out too much here as well, too. So let's see how it shakes out, and we'll go from there. But the Fever minus 120. And then we got the final game of the night. It's going to be between the Dallas Wings and the Las Vegas Aces. And as I said before, the Aces don't look the same because they are shorthanded. Kelsey Plum is out. Liz Cambage is out. And so literally they still do have a deep team. AJ Wilson, McCautry, and the others. But the thing is, though, they just don't have that pure dominance like they did when they had Cambage, who is like the elite big woman in the league. She's 6'8" and she can dribble the ball, she can shoot, she can do all that. So pretty much what happens here is that you got the Aces in a situation where they may overlook, and the Wings are actually picking up their game as we speak. So I'm gonna go with the Wings with the +7.5, and that's what we're gonna do from here. And that's gonna be our WNBA bets. And once again, over 168 Liberty Mercury, Fever money line -120, and again +7.5 on the Wings late. You guys, hey, I know you guys are thinking like, should I money line that bad boy? I would say this: let's just go ahead and play the spread. That's what I would say. Play the spread and just move on from there. That's all I got to say for that one. All right, so we move on. Let's go ahead and talk about the NBA. And before we get into the NBA, let me just go ahead and let you guys know. Jump on to 12 Ounce Sports and look up State of the Lakers. That's my post-game article that I have on the Lakers for every game that the Lakers play for the rest of the season. So you guys make sure to check that out. It breaks down pretty much the whole game for you and my 2 cents on the Lake Show. You know what I mean? Because I do have a lot of love for the Lakers. That's my all-time favorite team. But I don't play the homer role, so I'm gonna have to give them. I'm gonna have to keep it real when it comes down to it. And yes, this article was the one that did keep it very, very real. Last night, the Lakers looked bad. 17 turnovers, shot 35% from the field. Also, LeBron, he had 20, 10, 5 last night, but on 50% shooting, but still he could have did more because AD didn't do much at all last night. AD only hit 2 shots, and everything else came from free throws. So, the Lakers have to get this thing together pretty early. So that's how I'm feeling with this one. So at the end of the day, just read the article. You can get into everything with that, but much power to the Raptors. They did win that game last night. There's nothing. They didn't do anything wrong last night. They won the game. They took advantage. And Kyle Lowry had a hell of a night. 33 points, 14 rebounds. Hard to stop. And OJ, he had 24 last night himself. So that was pretty good for the Raptors. And the Raptors also scored 66 points in the second half as well too. So it is what it is. Things like this happen, and we move on from there. Shout out to Courtside Radio. I done had y'all on my show, but they ain't had me on their show yet. But it's all good though. It's all love. Good to see you guys in the room right now. So let's go ahead and talk about the NBA. And in the NBA tonight, we got the first game up, Wizards Nets. This one is going to be a game a lot of people probably want to jump into because it can go either way. But I think the Nets are a little bit too short-handed and the Wizards are a little bit too short-handed. But so you'll get yourself a really good game tonight. And what's going to happen here, I think that defense is going to play a somewhat of a premium, but I think we're going to have a lot of missed shots here. And I don't know if the refs are going to be as tight with the whistles. In games like this, you might want to play it a little loose and things of that nature. And sometimes when you play it a little loose and say you kind of making these guys play a little bit of defense, then boom, there it is. You know what I mean? Defense gets played and, we go from there. So hopefully we can go ahead and get some good defense going and we fall flat at 230 here. So this is a very high over-under, but with the way the NBA has been going the last few days in the restart, we got guys that are dropping a lot of points. Yo, what's up, Cash Action? That's my man right there. That's the showrunner. And he came on time, right on time for the NBA. So that's really good. So there it is. Under 236 was with the Wizards and the Nets. The Wizards came in and they got blown away in the first game. And the Nets actually got blown away in the first game as well, too. So I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're saying to themselves, okay, this is going to be a 50-50 pick 'em. So why don't you do this? Don't pick anybody and just play the under 236. See how it goes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we move on, and we got the Spurs and the Grizzlies. And the Spurs seem a little rejuvenated. They had a great effort and a great win against the Kings to kick off their restart. And I think that today they may not win the game, but they're going to keep this very close with the Grizzlies, who have a whole lot of pressure on them, and they got a whole lot of youth over there that hasn't been in this situation before. So the Spurs, with DeMar DeRozan and crew, I think that they'll be able to hustle themselves to keep this game competitive. So if they get the win, good for them. But the +4, I feel very safe with that. And I go from there. And then we got the Blazers. The Blazers might be the hottest team coming in here because they have a full unit. And this full unit is a team that could be, the second, third, fourth seed in the West. Maybe even the first seed if they would have got everybody in place earlier. But it doesn't matter. They got them all here now. And they got a great win against the Grizzlies to kick off the seeding games and everything like that. And every game counts. Literally, these guys have to win 6 out of 7 have to win at least like 6 out of 8 of these games, 7 out of 8 of these games. So it's good to just start streaking now. And Boston is kind of taking their sweet time a little bit. Now, you know that Kemba's not going to play much today because the knee, they don't want to aggravate things and things of that nature. So they're just going through the motions. They're getting to know their rotation a little bit better. They're letting a lot of the younger players that the Boston faithful are so excited about play a little bit. Maybe Taco Fall might get into the game for a few minutes as well, too. So, I just really think that Boston's kind of going through the motions because they know that they're going to be in the playoffs, and they know that's when they're ready. They're going to be ready to strike is when the playoffs hit. And, pretty much the Blazers really have to win this game. And so when a team really has to win a game, I really feel like they can step it up and get us that win. And I think the Blazers are the best team for the job today, and that's going to be our dog of the day as well too. Blazers money line +165 and under 243 for the Bucks and the Rockets. I know this sounds absolutely insane because you got a team that scored 153 points the other night but gave up 149 in the Rockets. You know what? But I'm gonna tell you like this: the Bucks are not the Mavs. The Bucks actually play really good defense, and they really play up to playing defense as well too. So the Rockets, if they get off to a slow start against the Bucks, it's all she wrote. Good night, Irene. That's all I can say. And I know that they're going to try to keep Harden and Westbrook, bundled up, frustrated, things of that nature. And they're going to try to get the Rockets out of here early, to be dead honest with you, because I don't care what anybody says. I know that they've had a day off, but that takes a lot out of you, that game that they had the other night, because there's a lot of running up and down, a lot of shooting, a lot of physicality. You saw how many free throws were shot in that game as well, too. So I can see the refs tightening up for this game because this is one of the more premier, one of the more top games of the seeding. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under 243 because I know that I know the over bettors are annihilating this right now. If you go under, I just feel a little bit more comfortable because I know I got 243 points that I can get to. So that means that at least these teams got to score 120 apiece, and I don't know how if they're going to be able to do that. So, man, that's where I'm going with this one, under 243. And at the end of the day, and don't ask me about the I know I'm missing one, but you know why I'm missing one? Because that one is for my client. So if you become a client, you'll be all over that one as well too. That play is going to be in the I'm over here. I should know it off the top of my head, but it's early, guys. It's in the Kings and Magic game. So that's why I left that one off, because that one looks like it's a really, really, really sharp bet there. So I'm pretty much going to go ahead and rock with it the way that it is. So, all right, so there it is. We have the NBA. The NBA is in place, and we got the Mavs end of the night, 5.5. I think that the Mavs will be good in this spot. I think that what happens here with them is going to be a team that's going to be very, very, very pissed off from what happened the other night, and they're not going to slip up against the Suns here. What they're going to do is they're going to get out here and they're going to work. They're going to get everything going in the right way. And if they get a double-digit lead, they won't relinquish it in this game. So I think that they're good to win this game by 8 or better. So give me the 5.5. I see that as love. So there it is. I'm going to go ahead and take the 5.5 on the Mavs, and let's see how it shakes out. And once again, that super high 5 will be 33-1. And again, under 236, Wizards Nets +4, Spurs, Blazers money line +165. The under 243 Bucks Rockets and -5.5 on the Mad Mavs. All right, so there it is. We move on. Let's go ahead and talk about some baseball. So, in baseball, in baseball, we got a pretty good group today. Um, Up first, the Braves. I like them a lot today. I think the Braves will take care of their business. Braves with the minus 125 on the money line, and they got a good run line as well too. That run line is plus 160. I think they can win the game by 2 or more runs, but I'm gonna play it safe and play the money line because the money line is not too expensive. Minus 125, not expensive at all for a baseball game. So there it is, Braves money line minus 125. And then the White Sox and the Royals, the most unpredictable series of the weekend. I'm going to go ahead and just roll the dice and say that these teams are going to go over 10 today. It's Sunday. I know it's going to be a beautiful day in Kansas City today. And you know, Kansas City is a hitter's ballpark. So let's go ahead and take advantage of that and get that over 10. White Sox Royals, let's get it. And then we got the Pirates. I've been duped by the Pirates 2 days in a row, putting them on our dog day pick 4. But you know what? Today they go into the pick 6 as a plus 1.5. Just get me within 1 run, okay? And that's all I'm asking you for, Pittsburgh. That's all I'm asking you for, Buccos, is to get me close, man. Just get me somewhat to the finish line. So losing by 1 will cash a ticket out for us, but watch them go ahead and win the game today. So there it is, plus 1.5 on the Pirates. And then we got the Indians and the Twins, the battle of the AL Central. You know, these two teams are going to be going at it all year. And literally, I'm going to go ahead and just call it out now that this is going to be a neck-to-neck situation with the Indians and Twins. And I don't know who's going to win the game today, but I know it's going to wind up being a pitcher's duel today. It's a Sunday. These guys are getting tired of seeing each other's face, and they know how important these games are. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to put the batters are going to put a lot of pressure on themselves today, and the pitchers are going to thrive off of that. So I'm taking it under 9, and that's where I'm going with this one. And then we move on, and we have ourselves the Padres money line, and I'm going to go ahead, and I know San Diego going crazy right now, like he finally took the Padres. But yes, I'm taking the Padres today, and I'm taking the Padres money line with the minus 110. I think they wind up getting the split here with the they wind up getting the win over the Rockies because I think this series started on Friday. So I really do like what I see with this team, and I think that they'll be able to do their thing tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Padres with the minus 120. Let's see how it shakes out. I said 110. I'm sorry. It was minus 120. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the Padres with the minus 120. Let's see how it goes. Money line. And then we got the return of Clayton Kershaw. I know that this is some risky business, but the way that the Dodgers hit the Diamondbacks, I'm not really worried about it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Dodgers minus 1.5. You get the minus 130 on this bad boy as well, too. And that's going to round out our primetime pick 6 at 41-1. So that's a high value ticket once again. So you guys already know, small risk, big reward. You know how we go. So we move on, and we got the MLB Dog PK4. And up first, we're going to rock with the Giants. I kind of was forced to be in the situation because I did want to throw out the second game of the doubleheader today with the Reds and Tigers, but I told myself, stay the hell away from that. Just stay away from that. That's just not a good idea right now, okay? Just go ahead and stick with the run line, and hopefully you'll just go ahead and they'll win by 2 or more runs. This is a game that the Giants can win by that amount as well, too. They got Jeff Samardzija on the mound. And once again, the Rangers just are not a good team this season when it comes to hitting and when it comes to pitching. They're just really bad, to be dead honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the 1.5 on the Giants to win this game by 2 or more runs. We move on, and I'm going to throw in the Angels today as well, too. I'm going to roll with Ohtani to go ahead and take care of the Astros, who really, really need to suffer this season. They really need to kind of pay for their actions a little bit. But, you know, I think that the MLB guys, the baseball guys, are going to make sure that, and the Angels, this will look really good that they win their first series of the season and beating the top team in the division as well, too, beating them 2 out of 3 this weekend. That would be huge for the Angels. So we're going to see how it goes. But, you know, the Angels want to get that get back after losing 2 out of 3 to the Mariners. So I know you want to get that get back. And, you know, it'll be good because I think that the Angels are going to be getting a day off tomorrow as well too. They've been playing all week because they played on Monday as well too against the A's in a 4-game series. So it is what it is, man. So pretty much, I like the Angels with the plus 125. And then in the night game, we got the Red Sox and the Yankees. And tonight, let's go ahead and get the big upset on ESPN tonight. Come on, Red Sox, you owe us some money, man. I'm going to go ahead and take you again because I don't just see you getting swept by the Yankees this weekend. It's just that simple. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the well again and give me the plus 190 on the Red Sox. And they're going to wind up being our dog of the day as well, too. So there it is. There it is. All right, so we got to get that get back. And there it is, plus 190. And then the Mariners. This is a later game as well too, but it's in the afternoon. It's not the ESPN game, but the Mariners win another series in my opinion. That's what the Mariners are going to do today. They won the series against the Angels 2 out of 3, and they'll get this series right here winning 2 out of 3 as well too. They were edged out yesterday. They lost 3-2, but they did have a 2-zip lead as well too throughout the game. So the Mariners are playing really good baseball right now. And people have to just understand that part. And it's probably going to be their best baseball of the season because as they move forward, it's going to get worse. But right now, they're good. You got to jump on it while the iron's hot and go from there, man. So it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and take the Mariners with the plus 140. This is going to yield us a 42-1 parlay. So remember again, 1.5 on the Giants, Angels money line plus 125, Red Sox plus 190, Mariners plus 140, and there it is. Once again, small risk, big reward. All right, and with our final topic, let's go ahead and talk about Mar PrimeTime Stakes bets for today. And we do got 2 stakes races, and we have ourselves a nightcap as well too. We have the graduation stakes that's going to be between some of the best, some pretty good 2-year-olds, and I think what's going to happen here, and they're all Cowbreds as well too. So I like the Square Eddie horse here. I think that Jazz Hands can be trusted in this spot. You got Freeman, who's actually training this horse. This is a red and racing horse as well too. You got Freeman training this horse, and you got Mario Gutierrez, one of their usual riders, on this horse as well too. So usually, Mario taps into the Square Eddies very well, and so this is who you can trust in this spot. But when we play the super high 5, I'm going to probably most likely go ahead and all bet this race because this is a very deep group and this is anybody's race. But Jazz Hands got the value, I think, that will be there once we get to the post, and I think we'll be able to go ahead and win this race. But I'm rolling with Jazz Hands number 2. We're going to pair Jazz Hands with our other top horses, the 1, 3, and the 6. And what we're going to do here is we can key this race with the 2 on top with the 1, 3, 6, or we can box it up 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, but that's what we're gonna do here in race 3 in the graduation stakes. Now we move on to the big race of the day, the preemptive race of the day, as they like to say at the track. It's gonna be the Clement L. Hirsch. We're gonna go with John Sadler's horse, Ollie's Candy. He's gonna have Flavian Pratt riding this horse as well too. This is gonna be another tough race as well, but once again, I think it's going to come down to either the 5, 3, or the 6, and the 2 could play a part in this as well too. So pretty much when you go ahead and go to the window once again, you will box up the 2, 3, 5, 6, or you'll go ahead and key the 5 with the 2, 3, 6. Okay, and that's for your exacta, trifecta, superfecta. All right, and then in the nightcap, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go with the horse by the name of Vegas Moon. I must be thinking about Vegas then, huh? Because and Vegas must be thinking about me because I'm every day somebody that I know and do business with in Vegas is, when you coming out here? When you getting out here? Well, you guys know I lived there as well too for a while. So pretty much I'm always back and forth to both places. But the business is in LA right now, man. So, you got to be where the business is at, man. But I'm worldwide, baby. It is what it is. But race 11, nightcap, and you got the horses Vegas Moon number 6, and we're gonna do this in this race. We're gonna go ahead and put the 4, 5, 10-8 with the 6 here. You can key this as well too. But this is our super high 5. This is our late in the day bet. So I would say if you want to box it, be ready to spend $60. But it is a sound bet because what happens here is that you yield a nice return on this as well too. It is a little bit of a hefty price, and it is, pretty much as in any race, anything can happen because you got 5 horses, but you got 12 running in the field. I think 10 actually running in the field. So you got 50% of the field. So hopefully, you already got some odds in your favor, but that means absolutely nothing. But it's fun to gamble, ain't it? So let's go ahead and see if we can catch that super high 5 to go with our late pick 4 as well. And that's going to be the 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Box them up. Let's go ahead and make some money. That's what I'm talking about. So you guys can go ahead and go to this site right here if you are looking for because I had a few people come to me yesterday asking me about a book that they can bet with. Here you go. You guys can go to mybookie.com. You guys put in the promo code POP. But what you have to do is you have to make sure you deposit, put that promo code in. You receive up to $1,000 in a deposit bonus, and boom, you get your start from there. And so pretty much whatever you deposit, they'll go ahead and match up for you as well too. So, make sure you put in the promo code POP so then they can go ahead and validate the deal for you, all right? And then when you sign up, let me know so then I can put you in the drawing of my giveaway for the merch that I'm going to start selling. But, if you do me right, I'll do you right. So if you guys sign up, I'll look out. Okay, so just let me know, DM me, and we can go from there. But all in all, another great show. We'll be back tomorrow for some more. We might not have as much material, but we'll be back tomorrow for at least 15 minutes to talk about some baseball game, some basketball game, and see where that money is at. But this is the premier sports betting show, brought to you by Prime Wave Media Group, and this is the Primetime Angles, hosted by the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Kappa, and I am gone.